Right, checking 1, 2, 3. Everything seems to be all right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. 5355. I have just finished my cardio workout. It's yeah, it's hard to see, right? There's 812 calories. Yeah, but you shouldn't care about these things, okay? You should only know that I have just finished my workout, and now it's time for me to finish my study, my self-study. And today's study, I will do a shadowing self-study in which I will watch a video about a band 9 speaking sample, and then I try to copy the way they speak, copy the way they say their answer. Okay, now without any further ado, let's begin now. Okay.
Hello people of the world, it's Chris from IELTS Daily and I'm back with another mock exam video.
Hello, people of the world. It's Chris from IELTS Daily, and I'm back with another mock exam video.
Are you ready to hear from a native speaker? Today we've got Romy from Australia who is going to be answering questions just like the real test. And in previous videos when we've had native speakers,
Are you ready to hear from a native speaker? Today we've got Romy from Australia who is going to be answering questions just like the group test. And in the previous video, when we when we've we've had native speaker,
some people have asked, well, why do you have a native speaker?
some people have asked, why do you have a native speaker?
There are a couple of reasons actually.
There are a couple of reasons
The
actually.
first reason is that sometimes native speakers do have to take the test.
Uh, there are a couple of reasons actually. The first reason is that sometimes native speaker do have to take the test. The spacing is not really good. Just let it be, okay?
Because maybe they studied abroad in a country where English isn't the first language, and when they return to their country, maybe they are doctors or dentists, they have to take the IELTS test. So that's one reason.
Uh, Sometimes native speaker do have to take the test because maybe they study abroad in a country where English isn't their first language, and then when they return to their country, maybe they are doctors or dentists. They have to take the IELTS test, so that's one reason.
The second reason that we use native speakers is because we want to teach you lots of
The second reason that we use native speakers is because we want to teach you lots of great features of language, whether that's grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. You can learn many things and you can learn ideas from native speakers.
great features of language, whether that's grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. You can learn many things and you can learn ideas from native speakers. So, without further ado, let's have a look at Romy from Australia.
So without further ado, let's have a look at Romy from Australia. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, I hope you're ready. I'm just getting prepared, and Romy is a university student.
Okay, I hope you're ready. I just getting prepared, and Romy is a university student. A university student. It's just a bit too as you.
She's interested in rowing.
She interested in rowing.
We're going to hear about her hobbies and a little bit about her daily routine.
We're going to hear about her hobby and a little bit about her daily routine. Everything seemed to be easy for me. Eh? Okay, wait a minute. To clean my glasses. Feel uncomfortable with my dirty glasses. I'm thinking of changing my glasses after this Lunar New Year break. And for people who don't know what is rowing, Yeah, you can just search. Rowing is a sport or activity of rowing a sport. Okay, and I also recommend you to use the words to use the browser cock. Now let's continue.
So we should start by pressing play.
So we should start by pressing play.
Hello and welcome to this practice exam conducted by IELTS Daily.
Hello and welcome to this practice exam conducted by IELTS Daily.
My name is Maddie and I'm your practice IELTS speaking examiner.
My name is Maddie and I'm your practice IELTS speaking examiner.
The questions in this test are designed to simulate the IELTS speaking test.
The questions in this test are designed to simulate the IELTS speaking test.
So let's start.
So let's start.
What's your first name, please?
What's your first name, please?
Romy.
Romy.
Let's talk about you.
Let's talk about you.
Okay, I'm jumping in here. Is this the first time you've seen an IELTS practice test outside?
Okay, I'm jumping in here. Is this the first time you've seen an IELTS practice test outside?
Well, I thought we'd do something different today and do something outside. So you might hear the sounds of birds or the sounds of the wind. Just ignore it. I thought this was a new and innovative, something a little bit different for you.
Is this the first time you've seen an IELTS practice test outside? Well, I thought we'd do something different today and do something outside. So you might hear the sounds of birds or the sound of wind. Just ignore it. I thought this was a new way, a new and innovative. All right, this word is not familiar to me. Okay, something that we need to learn. Right? There are always new words that we need to learn. Mhm. Using new method, bring new energy. Oh, so it's C1, not C2. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm, no bold, no underline. For you, you're purple. Hmm. Tính đổi mới. Sáng kiến. Yes. Sáng kiến. Fresh. If you do something fresh,
Fresh.
you do with it again in a new way. You do with it again in a new way. You do it again, but make it different, okay? So, new idea, new idea, new method, new idea. Okay, sáng kiến đổi mới. I think I should put a little definition here. Afraid I won't be able to understand it when I see it again someday. So I have to write the meaning. And for some people who may not know the word conduct, it means thực hiện. All right. Just gonna light it. Okay. We're gonna underline the word that we think is necessary or important. Okay. Conduct is mean to do, to organize, to perform. Được thực hiện. I know this word, so I'm gonna skip it. Okay.
I hope you enjoy it.
Do you have a wide circle of friends or just a few close friends?
Do you have a wide circle of friends or just a few close friends?
I tend to have a wide range of friends. I don't have many friends that I would consider very close to me.
I tend to have a wide range of friends. I don't have many friends that I would consider very close to me. Alright, for people who don't know this word, tend is mean có xu hướng. Alright, I like to have a lot of people I can reach out to, and a lot of different types of friends that I can go to for different reasons. So yeah,
I like to have a lot of people I can reach out to and a lot of different types of friends.
a lot of people I can reach out to. Okay, so reach out is a phrasal verb. Okay, reach out to is a phrasal verb. It try to communicate with a person or a group of people in order to help or involve them, right? To communicate, especially by using phone. But yeah, this is like a slang, a US slang. But I don't know why an Australian girl will say something like this. I don't know, but yeah, it's just knowledge. If you want to know, it's just knowledge. Okay, I don't think this word is that important. So yeah.
That I can go to for different reasons. So yeah.
The first point is, and I'm sure you all agree, Romy has fantastic fluency. All her sentences are joined together.
Uh, the first point is, and I'm sure you all agree, Romy has fantastic fluency. All her sentences are joined together. All right, so fluency is mean trôi chảy. All right, fluency is just a normal word. It's not really that important. And if you don't know what words in the file here is, I think you should search the vocabulary. Search, look for it in the dictionary. I won't waste my time searching for these words. Okay, I'm gonna skip them because I have already know all of them.
She doesn't have any particularly noticeable breaks between the sentences, and this is
She doesn't have any particularly notable breaks between the sentences, and
a
this
really
is
key
a really key
feature
feature
of
of
fluency and
fluency and
coherence and
coherence
also
and also
pronunciation.
pronunciation.
Did you
Did you
notice
notice
at the
that
end, and this is
this
a
is a
very
very
common
common
feature
feature
of
of
people
people
who
who
are
are
young
young
today,
today?
they
They
often
often
finish a
finish a
sentence
sentence
by
by saying
saying,
"so
so yeah.
yeah." That's
And that
that's
is
a
kind of
kind
a
of
natural
natural
conclusion
conclusion
of a
of
sentence. And
sentence.
these
These
types of
types of different
phrases are
phrases are
often
often
changing
changing
over
over time.
time. And so you might find that people who say, so yeah, now maybe in 20 years won't say that.
Yeah, it's just slang. So trust, twist. Trish is saying that the word "so yeah" is normally a slang language, the style of young people nowadays, because they will put the phrase "so yeah" at the end of the sentences to make sure that people understand that they want to conclude their idea. Yes, by saying "so yeah," that's a kind of natural conclusion of a sentence, and these types of phrases are often changing over time. And so you might find that people who say, oh yeah, now maybe in 20 years won't say that, but is it a good feature of native and natural language? I'm so impressed that I'm so impressed by Bromi's first attempt. She never done this task before. She doesn't really know how about the task, and she given lots of expansion on her answer, and elaborated a lot. Good job, Bromi.
But it is a good feature of native and natural language. I'm so impressed by Romy's first attempt. She's never done this test before. She doesn't really know about the test, and she's given lots of expansion on her answers and, elaborated a lot. Good job, Romy.
All right, so we have the word elaborated. Elaborated. Okay, so we're gonna search for the words elaborated. I know these words, but I'm not really sure what does it mean, so I need to check it again. Contain a lot of careful detail or many detailed part, right? Contain a lot of careful detail. A synonym with detail. The smart vocabulary is mean complexity, phức tạp. So can we translate it in sophisticated, huh? Yes, complicated, detail. So do we have any other synonym? Elaborate. Synonym. Sophisticated, huh? No, it's just complicated. I know this word, man. Just get it. So James, elaborated. This means complicated. Yes, elaborated. Containing a lot of careful detail or many detailed parts. It's easily mistaken this word with sophisticated. Sophisticated is a word which also means tinh vi. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, let's check this. All right, continue.
And how often do you see your friends?
It depends. I try to see them as much as possible. It can be very hard.
Not really fluent at all. And how often do you see your friends? It depends. I try to see them as much as possible. So as much as possible is a really good phrase. Okay, as much as
Arrange
possible.
meetings with friends, especially when you have like such a wide range. I see friends that I do sport with every day almost because
It can be very hard to arrange meeting with friends, especially when you have like such a wide range. I see friends that I do sport with every day almost
I play sport every day.
because I play sport every
Then
day,
other
and other
people
people
I
I
don't
don't
see as
see as
often, but I'm
often,
still
but I'm
just as
still
close
just as
with when I
close with
meet up with
them.
them
I met up
finally.
with them finally.
Okay, so in the speaking test, you're going to be marked for pronunciation features.
Yeah, sometimes they mistaken the word "the" with "d." Okay, so in the speaking, not "d." Okay, Trish. So in the speaking test, you're going to be marked for pronunciation features. And one of the features is that your ability to join words and phrases together. And Romy does that so naturally here. I don't remember exactly what she says, but you notice that she links all her words together and chunks them. And this idea of pronunciation chunking is really important.
And one of the features is your ability to join words and phrases together. And Romy does that so naturally here. I don't remember exactly what she says, but you'll notice that she links all her words together and chunks them. And this idea of pronunciation chunking is really important in the test.
In a text.
And do you have a best friend?
In a test.
I wouldn't really say that I have a best friend.
And do you have a best friend? Mm, I would. I wouldn't really say that I have a best friend. Or she really did achieve a band 9 in speaking, huh? I don't think you have a good fluency, man.
I have a couple of friends I would consider myself to be closer with, but I think the word best friend can be very set in stone, and you know things change.
Setting stone, okay. Now this is sophisticated, but we're gonna skip them. We have to search for the phrase set in stone. Maybe they is an idiom. They are. This is right. This is an idiom to be very difficult or impossible to change. Set in stone. Okay. Our new phrase. Set in stone. Idiom. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. What the hell? So we're back to her answer. So Maddie asked her, does he have a best friend? She said that she wouldn't really say that she has a best friend. She has a couple of friends that she would consider herself to be closer with. But best friend is mean it's very difficult to change, or it's difficult to find another friend to replace that person. Okay,
Life is pretty variable, so I tend.
variable. Wait, I need to hear that again.
Friend can be very set in stone, and you know things change. Life is pretty variable, so
Variable, variable. Mm-hmm. Wait.
I tend to just know who my close friend can be very set in stone, and you know things change. Life is pretty variable.
Variable. Yes, variable. Word best friend can be very set in stone. You know, things change. Life is pretty variable. So I tend to just know who my close friends are.
So I tend to just know who my close friends are, and yeah, keep it at that.
Yeah, keep it at that. Keep it at that.
Let's talk about language.
Let's talk about language.
Romy used a phrase here. She says it's not set in stone.
Oh my god, I haven't eaten my dinner. I'm hungry. But you know what? Sometimes we have to push ourselves over our limit. All right, so Romy used a phrase here. She says, it's not set in stone. And the phrase set in stone means it's not fixed and it can be changed. Whoa. It's fixed. It's fixed. It's fixed. You got wrong answer here, Trish. What the hell is wrong with you? It's fixed. It's Hey everyone, the word is the phrase is not fixed is incorrect. It should be it's fixed. Okay?
And the phrase set in stone means it's not fixed or it can't be changed.
Alright, I'm gonna explain this for you. Chỗ này chắc giải thích bằng tiếng Việt đi ha. Cái chỗ này ông Trish hình như ông nói sai rồi nè. Cái chữ fix này nè, có nghĩa là cố định và không thay đổi được. Vậy thì nếu như mà chúng ta nói là it's not fixed có nghĩa là nó không cố định. Nhưng mà cái định nghĩa của chúng ta thì lại khác nha. Cái định nghĩa của chúng ta set in stone thì sẽ là không thể thay đổi được. Thì không thể thay đổi được thì nó sẽ là fix. Fix có nghĩa là sao? Not able to change. Not able to change, or you can say not possible to change. Vậy thì lúc này chữ fix á, nó sẽ ngang nghĩa với cái từ là nó sẽ ngang nghĩa với cái thành ngữ gọi là set in stone. Vậy lúc này cái chỗ này nó phải là is fixed chứ không phải là is not fixed. Cái chỗ này là sai nè, cái chỗ này là ông Trish ông nói sai nè. Làm video vậy chết rồi bạn ơi. Thế này chết rồi. Mấy bạn nào mà không gành làm theo ông chết luôn. Chết rồi.
And yeah, keep it at that.
Let's talk about language. Romy
Không
used a
mà.
phrase here. She says it's not set in stone. And the phrase set in stone means it's not fixed or it can't be changed.
It can be changed là đúng nè, nhưng mà it's not fixed là sai, phải là it's fixed mới đúng.
So when she talks about being not being set in stone, it means it can be changed. So this would be an example of an idiomatic phrase. It's less common, and this would be at the band 8 or 9.
So when she talk about being not being set in stone, it means it can be changed. So this would be an example of an idiomatic phrase. It's less common, and this would be at the band 8 or 9 level in the vocabulary. Yes, and the lexical resource really great. In IELTS speaking, if you want to gather a span score which is higher than band 7, you need to include some idiom into your language. They're based on The criteria and lexical resources, they require you to include some idiom, some, not just one, but some. Include as many as you can in your answers, such as the advanced phrases from level C1 to level C2, and some other idiom. Make sure that your answer are flexible and contain various idiom as many as you can, okay?
Level in the vocabulary, the lexical resource. Really great feature of idiomatic language. Again, wonderful fluency. Really impressed by Romy at this stage.
Oh, really feature of idiomatic language. Again, wonderful fluency. Really impressed by Romy at this stage.
Now, I'd like to move on to the topic of evenings.
Now, I'd like to move on to the topic of evening.
What do you normally do in the evenings?
What do you normally do?
If it's a normal day, I'll be exhausted.
I'll be exhausted.
I'm always pretty tired.
I'm always pretty tired. So I tend to just relax, have dinner with my family, and then I'll try to read a book if I have time. If it's during university, I usually have to do quite a little bit of study.
So I tend to just relax, have dinner with my family, and then I'll try and read a book if I have time, or if it's during university, I usually have to do quite a little bit of study. If it's during the holidays or sometime where I have more time and I'm not as tired, I tend to want to catch up with friends, so I'll go out to dinner in the city.
And if it's during the holidays or sometime where I have more time and I'm not as tired, I tend to want to catch up with friends. So I'll go out to dinner in the city, or I might watch a movie with friends.
Or I might watch a movie with friends, or go out for food and drinks.
I'll go out for food and drinks.
It really depends.
It really depends.
A couple of things to take away from this part. You may notice that Romy does use the phrase tend to a lot.
A couple of things to take away from this part. You may notice that Romy does use the phrase tend to a lot. She probably used it 2 or 3 times so far now. Is that a problem in the test? No, I don't think so. In the test, examiner understand that you are nervous. You've got this big weight on your shoulder sitting in front of an examiner for the first time. You may repeat words or phrases under pressure. It's part of being nervous. So this is of using tend to a lot is okay. She has some great grammatical complexity. So she had lots of is what? So she had lots of if sentences. She says, if this happened and then this happens. Loads and loads of really nice grammatical features there. No mistakes so far. Oh, really good. Damn. I read it before he said it.
She's probably used it 2 or 3 times so far.
Where's it now? Yes, it's here. She probably used it 2 or 3 times so far.
Now, is that a problem in the test?
Now, is that a problem in the test?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
In the test, examiners understand that you are nervous, you've got this big weight on your shoulders.
In the test, examiner understand that you are nervous. You got this big weight on your shoulder sitting in front of an examiner for the first time.
Sitting in front of an examiner for the first time. You may repeat words or phrases under pressure.
You may repeat words or phrases under pressure.
It's a part of being nervous. So this idea of using tend to a lot is okay.
It's a part of being nervous. So this idea of using tend to is okay.
She had some great grammatical complexity.
She has some great grammatical complexity.
So she had lots of if sentences.
So she had lots of if sentences.
She says, if this happens, then this happens.
She says, if this happened and then this happens.
Loads and loads of really nice grammatical features.
Loads and loads of really nice grammatical features there.
No mistakes so far. All really good, accuracy.
So nice.
Nice.
And would you like to do an evening course in a subject?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I've never really considered it. I think
I've never really considered this. I'll consider it. But actually, you can say consider this, but it just say consider it. I don't think I would because evening.
I don't think I would because evenings are a very precious time to me. It's a time that I like to use to do stuff for myself.
Yes, everyone want to do the stuff for themselves. No one want to sacrifice their evening for stupid shit, man. I very, I don't think I would because evening a very precious time to me. It's a time like to use to do stuff for myself. And for people who don't know what a precious is, it mean valuable. Okay, just listen. I don't want to highlight or search the vocabulary for you. So this is self-study video. It belongs to myself. I'm doing it for my own good. So if you want to search for the words that you don't know, you should do it yourself, okay? Spend the time looking for the words that you don't know in Cambridge Dictionary. Do not use the TF That's stupid. Trust me, the TF Dictionary is one of the most stupid dictionary in the world. So use Cambridge Dictionary or at least Longman. Um, for people from the age from 15 to 18 or 20, I think Longman should do better than the Cambridge one, okay? And for someone who are learning advanced language, advanced English, you should use Cambridge more than Longman. But please do it for yourself. Do it for your own good,
And to
okay?
relax. So I don't think I would try and fill my evenings with anything else.
So what? What is it? It's a time I like to use to do stuff for myself and to relax. So I don't think I would try and fill my evening with anything else.
One of the other features of pronunciation relates to inflection and intonation. And she said something like, I don't think I would. And did you notice how she went up at the end?
Yes, I know. I know. She went up at the end of the sentence. She raised her voice there. So let's see. One of the other feature of pronunciation relates to inflection and intonation, and she said something like, "I don't think I would." And did you notice how she went up at the end? Go back and have a listen.
Go back and have a listen. One
One of
of
the
the
things the
things the examiner
examiner
is
is
listening
listening
for is
for is
inflection and
inflection,
intonation. So
intonation.
going
So
up
going
or
up
going
or going
down,
down depend
depending
on
on the situation.
situation. So
So
it
it
could
could be
be
that if
that.
you're making a list or if you are adding something to a sentence, you would need to change your inflection or your intonation. It's a
So it could be that if you are making a list or if you are adding something to a sentence, you would need to change your inflection or your intonation.
really tricky feature of pronunciation, and that's what they're listening for at the band 9 level.
It's a really tricky feature of pronunciation, and that's what they are listening for at the band 9 level. Romy does it perfectly. She does it really naturally and just like a native speaker would.
Romy does it perfectly, she does it really naturally, and just like a native speaker would.
Now let's think about the topic of money.
Now let's think about the topic of money. Yes, I love this topic, man. I love money. Who wouldn't love money, man?
Are you good at saving money?
No,
Are you good at saving money?
I'm not good at saving money at all.
Me too, man. Actually, it's just answer me neither. Because we are having the same no answer. We just say me neither. No, I'm not good at saving money at all.
I tend to
What the hell you use the word tend to for many times?
I tend to do a lot of shopping.
Yes, not good at all. Is a not at all is an idiom. For people who don't know, not at all is an idiom. Not at all is an idiom. Yes. Used to politely reply someone that someone has thank you or say no or not strongly something is an idiom. You should spend more time watching some video like this and really have some serious study with the English, man. I'm telling you that if you want to be good at something, you need to spend more time with it. It's the only way. There is no shortcut. Everything in the world need time to get better. If you want to become a better student at the math, you need to spend more time practice math. Read book about math or study math. It's the only way. There's no shortcuts. If you want to be a good um, poker player or a good build-up player or something, or even a good gamer, you need more time to do it, man. You need to do it more than you did in the past. You need to spend more time doing it again, 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 just like me. If you want to be as good as me in English, you need to spend more time practice something like this. Yes, there is no shortcuts in learning to get better. If you want to improve yourself, you want to get better, you have to practice more. Practice makes perfect, okay?
So I really like finding new brands and
Okay, so where are we now? Yeah. Uh,
new boutiques.
New brand and new boutiques. Yeah. I tend to do a lot of shopping and I really like finding a new brands and new boutiques.
I also love to go out and socialize with my
Boutique means shop, man. For people who you don't know. Boutique is shop. Some store. A small shop, man. It's just a small shop. People start to use the word boutiques a lot recently. I have already seen some of the poutine shop on the streets. Yes.
friends, so I find it very hard to save money.
And I also love to go out and socialize with my friends, so I find it very hard to save money. Me too, man.
And that's something I'm definitely trying to work on.
I like this little conclusion at the end. That's something that I'm trying to work on.
Yes. Um, that's something I'm definitely trying to work on. I like this little conclusion at the end. That's something that I'm trying to work on. It's showing the examiner that you are consider and thought about the answer quite a lot, and that you are bringing this particular this let's call it a power up. So this phrase is a good one, right? Okay, use it. If you take the IELTS exam, you should use it.
It's showing the examiner that you've considered and thought about the answer quite a lot, and that you are bringing this particular, let's call it a paragraph. It's not a writing paragraph, but this section of language, you're bringing it to a natural conclusion. I thought that was a really nice thing. And she also, throughout the test, you might hear Romy say, you know, and a lot of students have asked, can I use the word you in the speaking test? Absolutely. It's totally normal.
Yes, it's speaking test, man. It's not writing. Writing should be about a formal language. Writing should be about formal language. You should not use the word you in writing tasks. However, in speaking, this is spoken language. You can use as many informal language as you can. So using the word you, him, her, me, or even include some nameless friend into your conversation is okay. Consider thought about the answer quite a lot and that you are bringing this particular, let's call it a paragraph. It's not a writing paragraph, but this section of language, you are bringing it to a natural conclusion. I thought that was a really nice thing. And see, also throughout the test, you might hear Bromy says, and a lot of students have asked, can I use the word you in speaking test? Absolutely. It's, an, it's totally normal. We've spoken about it before but you will notice that yeah, I have overrun it.
Spoken about it before, but you will notice that Romy says, sometimes during her speech is really what a native speaker would do in the test.
You will notice that Romy says, sometime during her speech is really what a native speaker would do in a test.
And have you ever made an expensive purchase?
And have you ever made an expensive purchase?
Yes, I have.
Wow, you look so nervous there, Bromy. What's wrong with you? Are you lying? Yes, I have. Say it, man.
I'd say I do a lot of rowing, and that is a very expensive sport.
I say I do a lot of rowing, and that is a very expensive sport. Wow. Okay.
So I'd say that all my expenses
So I say that's all my expenses for
that sport
work
have
have
been
been very large.
very large, I would say, and the memberships are always pretty expensive.
I would say, and the memberships are always pretty expensive. So I consider it something that is very important to me. It's obviously like one of my main sport that I do, so I tend to put it at a high priority. Did you notice at this point, Romy looks for content? So this would be an example of a content-related hesitation.
So
Yes.
I consider it something that is very important to me, and it's obviously like one of my main sports that I do. So I tend to put it at a high priority.
Did you notice at this point, Romy looks for content? So this would be an example of content-related hesitation. She's not looking for words, she's looking for ideas. She says, yes, I have. And did you notice how she slowed down her speech? Because she's trying to buy herself more time.
She's not looking for words, she's looking for ideas. She says, yes, I have. And did you notice how she slowed down her speech? Because she's trying to buy herself more time. She's trying to think about some ideas, really common for native speakers to do that. And you're welcome to do that during the test. And you can still score a band 9 in the fluency. So if you don't have the idea, not the vocabulary, the idea. If you need more time to brainstorming your idea, to make sure that your opinion is really reasonable, you should say, yes, and then you start speak. This can buy you more time.
She's trying to think about some ideas. Really common for native speakers to do that, and you are welcome to do that during the test. And you can still score about 9 in the fluency and coherence if you do that.
What would you do if someone gave you a large amount of money?
What would you do if someone gives you a large amount of money? I'm gonna quit my job, man.
It's a very good question. I'm really not sure. There's nothing that I really would need to spend it on right now.
Oh my God. It's a very good question. I'm really not sure. There's nothing that I really would need to spend it on right now.
You notice that Romy uses this phrase, that's a very good question.
For me, I won't say it's a good question. I'm gonna say it's a tricky question. Okay.
Don't overuse that phrase in the test. If you're the type of person that is looking for these filler phrases to buy yourself some more time at the beginning, don't overuse them.
Yes,
Romy has never prepared for this test before, so
that's a good
she has
advice.
used this really naturally. But again, she's trying to buy herself some more time.
Normally people will use the phrase, which is, well, that is a tricky question, or that is a grand question, or something like this phrase. That's a very good question. We use this when we need more time to brainstorming the idea to answer the question. But using it more than one time will cause you overusing mistake, and that will lower your band score. So I don't really think that you should use this phrase. Instead of using these phrases, you should use the opening phrases, or you can say this called marker, just like, well, to be honest, in my opinion or from my personal perspective or something, just use the common phrases. It's okay. But don't, but yeah, maybe overusing it 1 or 2 times is okay, because this is a band 9 sample, man. I don't think you want to achieve a band 9 in the real test. So yeah, let's continue. You notice that Romy used the phrase, that's a very good question. Don't overuse that phrase in the test. If you are the type of person that is looking for these filler phrases to buy yourself some more time at the beginning, don't overuse them. Romy has never prepared for this test before, so he has used this really naturally, but again, she's trying to buy herself some more time.
I'd like to think that I would donate some of it, as everybody would. I think it would really help for my savings account, go towards saving up for a house in the future.
I like to think that I would donate some of it as everybody would. I think it would really help for my saving account and go toward my saving up for a house in the future or just toward general day to day
Or just towards general day-to-day life.
life. I love this phrase. I like to think that.
I love this phrase, I'd like to think that. I would like to think that. I'd like to think that. It's showing this hypothetical situation. What would happen if you received a large amount of money?
Cái này là giả thuyết nha. Hypothetical is mean theory. Hypothesis is a C2 level word. It means theory. Hypothesis is a C2 level. Is the synonym of the word theory. It means giả thuyết, lý thuyết, giả thuyết. Yeah. And we have the phrase hypothetical is the adjective form of the word hypothesis. I have already know this word, so I won't write it down. But for some people who don't know it, you should write down, okay? I will just write out the word that I don't know. And for you don't know this word, you should write down, okay? Write down now because it's a C2 level vocabulary is very useful for you in the future, and you will see it a lot in future reading passes or something. Yeah.
Well, I'm putting myself in that position, and I'd like to think that I donate some of it.
What would happen if you receive a lot amount of money? When I'm putting myself in that position, I like to think that I donate some of it. 9 language. For me, I'm a selfish person. I'm a very selfish person. I won't think that I will donate any of my money, even 1 penny, not one of them, to anyone.
Nice language.
Part 2.
I'm a bad person. I'm a very, very bad person.
In the next part of the test, I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes.
Part 2. In the next part of the test, I'm going to give you a topic. I'd like you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you want to say, and I'll give you a pen and some paper to make notes. If you want, is that clear?
You'll have 1 minute to think about what you want to say, and I'll give you a pen and some paper to make notes if you want. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. Here's your paper.
Here is your paper,
And here's your pen.
and here is your pen. You have 1 minute to prepare.
All right. So, our topic is about describing a time when you were disappointed by someone or something. Disappointed, talk about, all right? You should say when this word, who or what disappointed you and what happened, and also explain or give in detail how you feel about that versus now, at that time and now, okay? You just need to think about what you will say, write down some outline idea, and then you speak in 2 minutes. That's it. Maybe you can think about the topic. Phew. It's already 48 minutes. Yes. Whew, drink some water.
Clothes, and they would have.
When you were disappointed by someone or something. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up.
Sure.
Start speaking now.
Okay.
I used to get pretty disappointed in my sisters.
I used to get pretty disappointed in my sister. Wow.
Every time I would come home and they would have trashed my room or taken stuff out of the drawers or stolen my clothes.
Every time I would come home, they would have trashed my room or taking stuff out of the drawer. I need to listen to this again.
So don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when
Drawer.
the time is up.
These words
Sure.
are very
Start
difficult to
speaking now.
pronounce. Drawer.
I used to get pretty disappointed in my sisters. Every time I would come home and they would have trashed my room or taken stuff out of the drawers or still.
Drawer. 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 Damn. She lowered her voice at the end of the word chores.
Stolen my clothes.
Or stolen my clothes.
It used to be a very touchy subject in my.
It used to be a very touchy subject, okay? A sensitive subject, right? A sensitive, you know the word sensitive? Uh, a sensitive person is a person who is easily get angry very easily get angry and upset. Nhạy cảm is sensitive. Okay, let's continue.
Household because clothes would always go missing and I would always be very disappointed.
In my household because clothes, the word glow, which is S here, you should pronounce it glows, as close the door. Okay, it's a tip for you. All right, you won't see the tip in your lesson. As you can see, the word close here has the pronunciation as close the door. Here, I'm going to show you. All right, now remember that pronunciation, that the phonetic. Okay, remember the phonetic. All right, now 1, 2, 3, go. Yes.
Close, close.
They are the same, man. Close. Just say it. Close. It's okay.
And angry and wondering where my favorite clothes were.
And angry and wondering where's my favorite clothes were.
I think that coming to college has made me realize how much I value them as sisters and how much I really don't.
Oh my God. And I think that coming to college has made me realize how much I value them as sister and how much I really don't mind that they steal my clothes anymore or that they say things that sometimes let me
Don't
down.
mind that they steal my clothes anymore or that they say things that sometimes let me down. I think that family has become such an important value to me. And I have realized that because I have moved away from home now and I now find myself missing them a lot. And so in reality, I've realized it's very much not a big deal at all.
I think that family has become such an important value to me. I have realized that because I have moved away from home and now I now find myself missing them a lot. And so in reality, I've realized it's very much not a big deal at all. This doesn't seem to happy as much now. I think it's a massive issue of communication. And now I really trust my sister and I don't mind if they ask me to borrow something.
This doesn't seem to happen as much now. I think it's a massive issue of communication. And now I really trust my sisters and don't mind if they ask me to borrow something. So yeah, I think my mum tries to get involved as well, which makes it even more of a bigger deal.
Going a little off topic. It's okay. Wait, she off topic? Yeah. She talked about her mom. Uh-huh. This is a little off topic, yes.
To borrow something. So yeah, I think my mum tries to get involved as well, which makes it even more of a bigger deal. But really, when I look back on it, I can see that.
I think my mom tried to get involved as well, which makes it even more a big deal of a big deal. But really, when I look back on it, I can see that it's not a big thing at all, and I really much and just make me realize how much people tend to fight over such small things and get disappointed in people for
It's not
things
a
that.
big thing at all, and I really, and just it's just made me realize how much people tend to fight over such small things and get disappointed in people for things that they really didn't have a negative, that they really didn't do intentionally to hurt you or.
and this and get disappointed in people for things that they really didn't have a negative that they really that they really didn't do intentionally. Intentionally? I need to hear it again.
Deal. But really, when I look back on it, I can see that it's not a big thing at all, and I really it's just made me realize how much people tend to fight over such small things and get disappointed in people for things that they really didn't have a negative that they really didn't do intentionally to hurt you.
Intentionally.
Really didn't have a negative that they really didn't do intentionally to hurt.
Intentionally. So they skip the word no, right? Intentionally. Intentionally.
intentionally, intentionally,
intentionally,
Intentionally. She lower the word, the sound no so much, and I didn't catch it. They really didn't do it intentionally to hurt you or to put you down or make you feel bad.
You or to put you down or make you feel bad. So I think that's a really important thing to realize.
So I think that's a really important thing to realize.
Wow, didn't Romy do an amazing job with her fluency? She didn't stop talking. She talked more about her answers. She talked about how she felt.
Wow, didn't Romy do an amazing job with her fluency? She didn't stop talking. She talked more about her answer. She talked about how she felt. She even changed the time of when she was talking about.
She even changed the time of when she was talking about. Just want to talk about some of the language she
Just want to talk about some of the language she used.
The first piece of language was touchy
The first piece of language were touchy subject.
and that's a really high level piece of language.
That's a very high level piece of language.
If you talk about a touchy subject, it's a subject that maybe makes you emotional or makes you angry.
If you talk about a touchy subject, it's a subject that maybe makes you emotional or makes you angry. Good words that she said, the pronunciation she talked about, and making. You a lot in your speech, Trish. What the hell is wrong with you? This video is only 1 year apart. You make a lot of mistake in explaining.
Good word. Then she said the pronunciation she talked about and making me angry, and she changed the inflection and the intonation at the end.
Making me angry, and she changed the inflection and the intonation at the
Go
end.
back and listen to how she puts emphasis on that.
Go back and listen and see how she put emphasis on that. Emphasis, it means nhấn mạnh. Cái nhấn mạnh. Emphasize is the noun form of the word emphasize.
And that's a natural feature of pronunciation.
And that's a natural
She's
feature
used the
of
language
pronunciation.
trashed my room. So she talked about her sisters coming home and trashing her room, which means to make a mess or to take things out of the drawers and create a problem in the room. And then she realized that she didn't reach the time limit, so she talked about what happened in the past, and then she said, well, that doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, so that's the thing, huh? She realized that she didn't reach the time limit, so she talked about what happened in the past. And then she says, well, that doesn't happen anymore. Uh-huh. So that's the reason why she talked about the thing around the subject, not the main point. Uh-huh. So she wanted to find some more language to be able to use to make the time go for longer, and did a really great job at that. All right.
So she wanted to find some more language to be able to use to make the time go for longer, and did a really great job at that. You may have heard as well that she did say, so yeah, again, which was a feature of language in there.
I want to stay on the topic of feelings.
I want to stay on the topic of feeling.
Is it important for people to share their honest opinion about things?
Is it important for people to share their honest opinion about things? In my opinion, is yes. People should share their honest opinion. They should give out any perspective or comment that they have about a thing to make sure that I am satisfied, and then I will change my my performance my behavior or think about the thing that they don't want to?
At times, yes. I think honesty is one of the most important virtues.
Virtual là phẩm giá ha. Virtual this is one of the high level words. Từ này là một trong những cái từ có cái bậc ngôn ngữ rất là cao. Virtual. This is C1 or C2, I don't really remember. Cái đó là phẩm giá đó, một trong những cái phẩm giá cao cấp. A virtual, yes, C2 level, one of the highest level. Is already 1 hour. Right, let's just try a little more, okay? Let's make it 16 minutes.
I think
right?
that being honest with someone helps you build that trust and that communication. And I think that I always feel closer to someone when they've shared.
At time, yes. I think honesty is one of the most important virtues. I think that being honest with someone helps you build that trust and that communication. And I think that I always feel closer to someone when they've spoken honestly to me. But I also do think at times it can be better to tell a little white lie, especially in the case where it's going to hurt someone else's feeling or where it's really not necessary for them to know. Right? I want to listen to Romy's speech again. So sorry.
I think honesty is one of the most important virtues. I think that
Virtues.
Being honest with someone helps you build that trust and that communication. And I think that I always feel closer to someone when they've shared or they've spoken honestly to me. But I also do think at times it can be better to tell a little white lie, especially in the case where it's going to
tell a little white lie. A little white lie. It's an idiom, something you say when you just something wrong, you want to correct it. Tự sửa. I tell a lie. Why do you put the word I in here, man? Why lie? A lie that is told in order to be polite, to stop someone from being upset from the truth. Ồ, sao có đạo đức giả đây nữa ta? Bad faith, bad lie. Cái lời nói dối mà trắng á, nó có nghĩa là một cái lời nói dối mà khiến người ta cảm thấy không có bị tức giận, kiểu như là nấu ăn không ngon mà khen người ta nấu ngon, kiểu nghĩa chắc vậy. A white lie. Alright, so this is now a white lie. New word for me. The hell? New word for me.
hurt someone else's feelings or where it's really not necessary for them to know, and it will just ricochet and have other effects and just impact.
Just ricochet. Oh my god. Come on, Cambridge. Come on, my friend. Come on. I hate you, man. Ever polished on or other subject. Nó phản ngược lại, dội lại như reflex, nhưng mà cái reflex này nó không có nói ấy ha. Trời ơi, bắn thì lia dịch kiểu đi chết rồi. Có nghĩa là vậy nè, nó sẽ thay đổi hướng đi của nó khi mà nó chạm vào một cái bề mặt hoặc là một cái góc nào đó ha. Ricochet. Ricochet. Swap. Change the direction. Yes, finally, man. Oh my god. Ricochet. Ah.
Everyone around.
I loved Romy.
And it will just ricochet and have other effects and just impact everyone around.
Answer here.
Impact là gì
So
đấy
much
hả?
detail, so
Bạn học
much
đó.
elaboration. Does a wonderful job with a fluency, grammatical range, so many grammatically complex sentences, nice features of language.
I love Romy's answer here. So much detail, so much elaboration. Does a wonderful job with a fluency, grammatical range, and so many grammatically complex sentences. Nice feature of language. Really, really wonderful piece of work.
Really, really, really wonderful piece of work.
All right, I think it should be the end of this video, and it's also more than half of the video. So maybe we're gonna continue doing this shadowing video, shadowing practice on another day. Okay, we should stop here. I'll see you on tomorrow with another practice, self-practice, self-study video. I'm gonna do the reading practice tomorrow, not speaking. Okay, so see you tomorrow. I'm 5355.